This is Pastor Tom Alpha recording this message for Sierra Leoneans and people who love Sierra Leone. Last night, the night of Sunday, November 25 into Monday morning, November 26, I had a dream. And this dream is what I'm going to share in this audio message. And I will also endeavor to share it, to explain it in Creole so our people will understand, especially those who may not understand English very well, but also for those who love Sierra Leone around the world to hear it in English as well. In my dream last night, I saw a very big tree, huge. The tree is so big, it is bigger than the cotton tree in the center of Freetown. It was very big, but it was a mango tree. And this mango tree appeared to have been trimmed. It was trimmed. It looked like somebody had hired a professional tree cutter or tree trimmer to trim the branches of the tree, the dry leaves, the dry branches. Every part of the tree that was not fruitful had been trimmed off. It was looking so beautifully trimmed. And yet, each of the branches had huge mangoes, very pleasant looking mangoes. And the mangoes were so plenty on the branches. Each of the branches of the tree were big enough to be a tree by itself. Each of the branches were very big. The tree's branches, each of them were big. There weren't too many branches, but they were huge, gigantic branches that looked like trees in themselves. And in each of those trees, those branches were large quantities of mangoes. And these mangoes, some were fully ripe, some were partly ripe. Excuse me. Some were partly ripe. Some were starting to look like they were getting ready to ripen. And then, as I stood watching this tree, I saw a man. Somebody was sitting watching this tree, but he was in an elevated position. It looked like he was sitting somewhere, I can't quite describe, but he did not seem to be sitting on anything in particular, but he was kind of elevated. I saw him clearly seated in an elevated position, high, a little bit up in the around the height of the tree, the first part of the branches of the tree, in that kind of an elevated position. I couldn't see him seated on any bench or anything, but I just knew he was seated on something elevated, and he was watching the tree. The tree had, like I said, the branches were beautifully looking, well trimmed. All the dry parts of the tree were well trimmed off, and yet it had plenty mangoes, really plenty. And as I watched this tree, it appeared to have been in an enclosed area. It was like in a compound, fenced property that had a gate at the back, which people had been using to go into the compound and picking the mangoes. But this time I tried, it appeared like I looked at the tree and I was thinking that, oh, there's a road somewhere at the back there. But for some reason, I changed my mind and said, no, I'm going to the front and enter the compound and see what this tree really looks like and possibly get some of these mangoes from this tree. And then I saw this person. He wasn't talking, he wasn't saying anything. He just sat there looking at me. And I went towards the front of the yard of this property, big property. The tree was in the property, but at the same time, its branches were spreading out of the compound. And then I went in there, and I still kept looking at this person. He was looking at me. He didn't say a word. He just kept looking at me. And I just kept admiring the beauty of the tree and its branches. And then I went into the compound. I don't remember what I did thereafter, but I just know that I went into this compound. I still kept admiring the beauty of this tree and the branches with all these plenty mangoes that were so beautiful to look at. And then shortly afterwards, I woke up. When I woke up, the Lord spoke to me that the tree you saw in that dream is Sierra Leone. That Sierra Leone is ripe for harvest. That Sierra Leone is going to receive a bumper harvest. That its fruit will no longer be stolen by people from the outside or from the inside. That it is being guarded. That I have raised a guardian angel to watch over Sierra Leone. It is no longer going to have its fruit stolen by the wayside. It will ripen and it will be shared by everybody who belongs to that nation. They will share of the fruit of the land and everybody will have enough to share. And the Lord also said to me that Sierra Leone is going to be so blessed in the coming years that people will be coming to receive of its blessing. But only this time they will not steal it. They will receive it freely, given to them rightfully by the people whom I have raised in the nation. That Sierra Leoneans will give of their fruit freely to people around the world. And they themselves will enjoy the fruit. That even the ordinary man in the streets of Freetown, of Sierra Leone, of the rest of the country will enjoy the fruits. The Lord said to me, the branches that you saw that were so big are the provinces, the districts, the administrative setup of the local governments, that each one of them will be fruitful in themselves. They will be big enough by themselves to bear fruit of their own, as much as they will all be embedded in the one tree. He says Sierra Leone is headed to a bumper harvest, a beautiful time, that the nation is going to be beautiful. It will be built. Roads will be built. Bridges will be built, and of world-class standard. That Sierra Leone's economy will flourish. That the Leone will regain its pride of place around the world. That Sierra Leone's passport will regain respect around the world. That people will respect Sierra Leoneans who carry Sierra Leonean passport in different parts of the world when they travel. That Sierra Leone will be honored. That people will hear of that small nation of Sierra Leone in that tiny corner on the west coast of Africa, and they will be proud of the nation. Sierra Leoneans will be proud all around the world because of the good things that I will do in the nation, says the Lord. God says it's a time of refreshing for Sierra Leone. It's a time of refreshing for the land. God is about to do a new thing that will bless the nation. That's what he said is the meaning of that dream. And he asked me to share this message to encourage Sierra Leoneans that God has heard our cry and is blessing our nation. Hallelujah. This message was shared so in English. Now, dream where I get last night. Yesterday night. Sunday night. 25 November. For meet up Monday morning. I get dream. I dream like say I see big tick. Big tick. Way big past the cotton tree self again in Freetown. And this tick here so na be mango tick. And this mango tick, it been get boku mango. Boku the branch them in get mango. Plenty mango. But each of them branch them. But you appear like say the branch themselves, them been big. Each branch is big like saying a tick by himself. Like say it's in up like say a tick by itself, but in a branch of this one big tick. And it like say somebody the way them you don't pay for let it cut all them dry part of the mango tick and it lift them away. It prune them fine, it make them fine. So the tick look it's so fine, and yet it get boku mango inside. You know what sound like we can don't prune or trim tick so that it go bear fruits for the next season. In on the prune the tick they don't prune it. You see and so say they don't cut some of them dry branches them, but yet it get boku mango inside. Each of them branch them. The branch them is so the mango so heavy, and you really see how it ling. Like say the branch then don't ling because of the plenty mango with inside. And then I see this person sit down. It's like say the person sit down up na some kind place. I not see say na bench sit down pa, but it just I dey see say this on side way the eye up. Some like say na around the height of the tick. The first part of the branch of the tick, that kind of height there, and like that kind of place they sit down in the watch. You know, like when they can get teacher na or principal in a school where like you sit down so they watch in school. So this person I just sit down, you know they talk, you know say nothing to me. I dey watch them, I dey watch the tick, I dey watch the tick. Tell like say road been there behind na the compound side this tick here been there. Where na that road they tell like say people they use now some kind of backyard road, but then it tell like say inside the dream now. Like say they don't, like say I get knowledge for say that I can't find out they don't lock that particular road there. So it's like say if person pass there now, self you not go able for go inside the compound again. So now myself, it just start like person they talk to me, but not really person. I just know say na my mind say now for go past now they don't want to enter so that the main gate rather than enter. So I dey watch this tick, I dey still watch the person, I dey watch the tick, I dey go towards the what say I go the main gate, say I enter the gate, I dey watch this tick. The person not say nothing to me. I just continue for the watch. I just dey admire how fine the tick be and the mango then with the inside. So plenty. Now I wake up this dream. Now God say to me, he said that tick where you see. As I wake so I really vividly conscious say I imagine who's trying to dream this. Now God they speak to me heart, na my spirit. They say that tick there where you see so na salon. Say salon in blessing don't come. The term don't come for less salon bless. Say salon go be blessed. Salon people all over the world go be proud of their country. You see them the salon man go get respect around the world. Salon people then go see them as people of respect. He said, and that tick day, now the country in itself, in the branch where you see, now the different parts of the country, upline, the provinces them, the district them, and all the other small administrative structures them, then local council them, and all of that. He said, then all get for begin for flourish, then all the bless. He said, each of them small administrative arrangements and the local council them, district council them, he said, then all they begin flourish. Then they get so much blessings them inside there. Then they get money. Then they able to do big things them for themselves. Even though they all belong to the national government, yet they all go get blessing by themselves. You see, and then each of the people them we salon don't raise. Say salon people them blessing it go reach them. This time he say God said he say what you see so now that all man get forget of this stick here. He say no more people are not going to pass na back door and the thief on a mango. He say the blessings are waiting now on a country where I don't put over salon. It go for salon people. All mango get what he deserve, what he work and earn. He say and the blessing go depend on a money. The salon couple go get respect. Salon passport go get respect. People go see the salon man and see and say this is not person for respect. People go frame salon in a respectful way. Then go hear but that small country then go on for candy and get what Papa God put up on that nation day. He say no more salon no go they lost in go give to people and freely. He go give blessing to people in the form of aid, in the form of helping other countries where they struggle. Salon go give to other nations. So Papa God say now that's not the meaning of this dream. And I share them because it's important. God say that record them and share them so that Papa God in people and go be encouraged. Salon people and go be encouraged all over the world. Now the country as well as around the way they out of the country go be encouraged for no say God not don't forget Salon. God the turning hearts to Salon. And I pray that as we all listen to this message, we hearts and go be encouraged. We hearts and go be blessed. We don't go through tough times. We have gone through difficult situations. Sometime last year and part of this year, God gave me messages that I shared. Papa God give me messages what I share around. I should say it go around social media, WhatsApp and other social media. Them where God speak to me. One have been concerning fire. We been for calmness alone. Where he say fire go just they break out, and it places them go just they burn. And I've been tough message done they for share, but I've been careful obey God and share them. And I understand how some people are being attacked. Some people are, people and say things that were not so kind about me and about the message and all of that. But I'm not being busy. I'm not being worried because me no say na God. Now ain't talk to me. And early this year also, just shortly after the president, the new government don't come into power, the new administration of President Bio, the Lord give me a message also concerning Sierra Leone. He said this new government go through turbulence, waiting with man called turbulence. Turbulence now like where you in a plane, where you travel in a plane, where you fly, where breeze, hey baby, breeze they blow and then the plane begin shake it out like I said for them. And then called turbulence. He said, Papa God said to me, he said there will be turbulence in the early part of the administration. He said, but it will pass off. He said, and when it passes off, the land is going to be blessed. And anybody who they follow, we think don't go on as alone for the last several months, you go understand how that indeed God, Salon don't go through, the nation, the government don't go through some period of turbulence. If you really follow carefully, look at what they happen in Parliament and all them things, and they happen after we God give me that message. So not to like saying because I see what they go on. Now God speak, and then myself I just sit on the observe and I see how some of the things they happen, and I just smile. I say, God, you are God indeed. And the Lord has been speaking to me. I mean, just for a person where go they listen to this message and they wonder who that this person will be. This is not to somebody where they just try for some kind of fame. From where are they secondary school, where they back in the 80s, in the late 80s and early 90s, thank God don't they speak to me about the country of Sierra Leone. In 1991, late 91, before the 1992 coup, the Lord give me a message clearly where within a church Nabo. The Lord say something that happened at the nation. And he say it go sweep across the land. That now been just around the time where the war been done begin. And of course, that now after we God don't give me a message also we been get for do with the nation, the war, that the war not go done anytime soon. People oppose, some people say, very hard things about me, but at the end of the day, we see how the war take many years before it done. And the Lord speak to me about the takeover of the NPRC. He says something therefore happen, we go shake the nation. And shortly after we see the NPRC take over. And then the Lord also, right across through them years, and they God give me messages them for Salon. In 1997, the Lord give me several messages and we were the Nafrabe College campus. The Lord give me messages them for Salon. Concerning what he got for do, God say go take it. He will take many of him picking them at different nations of the world. He say, but 10 go can't we go make them then go back na then country, then go back home and go build their nation. And the Lord they also say to me this morning as I reflect, as I pray, as I spend time in presence, they say to me, they say for in picking them way they across the nations of the world, now what you can call the diaspora, now other country them. He say 10 don't come where it begin for steer their hearts them for return home. And so if you listen to this message and somehow your hearts you feel inside your spirit, you feel inside your heart that you get some kind of torment. You wonder whether for go home or not for go home. The Lord they say to you, not be afraid. Put your plans together and return home. He said, because in the care in Peking, then go back and then go bless the nation. It go bless it go bless in picking them within different countries, them go send them back home, and then go be a blessing to the country. Then go establish businesses, them then go support government activities, then go support initiatives, then we go change the country, we go help people within our areas that within the struggle, set up small businesses, them set up things they no more, we go just help other people, we go change the country. And Salon go bless. And people and they come up from other nations them for can't look what things Salon don't do. People and they come and take example and copy from Salon and say and go practice another country and see it work for them. So if you there and you listen to this message and you go through some kind moment where you don't know what thing that happened, but you look torment, you think for go whether or not for go back, or the Lord is say to you, no afraid, no worry. Make your heart no doubt and begin to wonder, say, forgo or not forgo, I forgo or not forgo. If not God is steer your heart, it will guide you, it will show you the path, it will show you how to go about things. And when you return, you're not going to regret. Because now a season of breakthrough and blessing for Salon. In Jesus' name, amen.